I often get asked from people looking in Big Bear, what about Lake Arrowhead? Is that a good place to buy a rental? So you said, you know what? I'm going to go to Lake Arrowhead. I'm going to do a video and I'm going to show you what it's all about. What are the restaurants like? What are the rentals like? How much does it cost to buy a nice place in Lake Arrowhead? What about one on the beach? Can people who rent cabins use the lake and beaches? All of this is coming up. If you're looking to buy in Lake Arrowhead, you better watch this video. Lake Arrowhead only has a population of 12,000, but at any time that can swell to over 40,000 people. 4 million tourists flock here every year, and there's about 6,000 homes that are used as second homes or rental properties. You know it's popular. Where is Lake Arrowhead? It's not far from Big Bear, to be honest. You're about 70 miles from Orange County, about 80 miles from LA County. The closest airport's only about 45 minutes away. So if you're looking for somewhere where you know there's going to be tourists all year round as well, that's the great thing about Lake Arrowhead. You've got the beautiful summers, but it's middle of November right now. And guess what? There's a lot of tourists here as well. And take a look at this lake. This is why everyone flocks to Lake Arrowhead. 782 acres in size, 14 miles of shoreline. It's 185 feet deep in the deepest part. That's incredible. It's about 1.5 miles wide and 2.2 miles long. It also has sandy beaches, guys. Yes, we're up in the mountains, but there are sandy beaches as well to enjoy. This lake is incredible. I'm going to show you a couple of cabins later so you can kind of get an idea, but there's a lot of cabins on the market right now in Lake Arrowhead. And guess what? They're selling for a lot less than they were selling for just 3 years ago. There's a few cabins I'm going to show you that were on the market for over 900 grand in 2022. Now they're on the market for $825 and they are beautiful. But if your budget's $450,000, Lake Arrowhead has you covered. 1.2 million will get you a nice cabin on the lake. And guess what? They go all the way up to 2 million, 3 million, $14 million. So no matter what your budget is, Lake Arrowhead has you covered. And people might be telling you, you can't make money with short-term rentals anymore. It's too saturated in Big Bear and Lake Arrowhead. It's too expensive. No one's making money. Well, guess what? I've helped at least 5 people recently buy short-term rentals in Big Bear, and they are all extremely happy. They're all making money on top of their mortgage, etc. So can you make money on short-term rentals in Big Bear and Lake Arrowhead? You bet you can. Often the first question I get asked is, what about fires? What about fire insurance? Yes, you can still insure your home. And in the last 25, 26 years, there's been 3 major fires: 1999, 2003, 2007. About 500 homes in total were burnt down and 6 fatalities. Are there fires up in Lake Arrowhead? Yes, there are. Should you be worried about it? That's your decision. All right, let me go show you the village where the shops are, where the restaurants and bars are. I'm going to show you a couple of homes and see what you think. And if you're wondering who I am, I'm Matt Tilley, the British bloke. I'm a local realtor. I love it when people watch my YouTube channels. I help people from my YouTube channel all the time. If you have any questions, reach out. Hope to help you too. And here we are at the village right by the lake. It's not that far, wherever you are in Lake Arrowhead, to be honest. The village is 15, 20 minutes away. There's a lot going on. There is a lot of development happening right now in the village, as you can see by all this concrete being smashed up. But you know what? That's a good thing too, because there's more businesses coming in. They're making it more fancy. They're just giving it a good old spruce. It needed a facelift and it's getting one, but it has everything you need. Has lots of parking. Parking is easy, and guess what? It's free. Can you believe it? But yeah, there's restaurants for all types, bars for all types. Whether you're 25 or 75, there's something for you. Shopping, things for the kiddos as well. So the village in Lake Arrowhead, 2 thumbs up, even though that's only 1 thumb. And a lot of people often say, are we in the middle of nowhere? Is there anything around? All the shops you want, Stater Brothers supermarkets, you've got a hospital, you've got banks, everything you need for the day-to-day running of your life is just 10 minutes away or less in Lake Arrowhead. I think the first thing you're going to notice about the cabins in Lake Arrowhead compared to Big Bear, they're bigger, they're slightly nicer, they're slightly more trendy, and they're a little bit more affordable. There's some really nice farmhouse type ones that I'm going to show you. And you've got lakefront homes as well. Yes, you have that in Big Bear, but these lake home fronts, they're close to the village. There's something about this lake, to be honest. Seems a little bit more exclusive. They're behind the gates, and yeah, it's pretty fancy. The biggest difference, to be honest, between Big Bear and Lake Arrowhead when it comes to the rental market, buying a home specifically to rent, Big Bear's a lot easier to rent. There's less HOAs, there's less people kind of in your business. There's a lot of places here in Lake Arrowhead where the minimum you can rent it for is for 6 days. Some places don't allow it at all. And even if you have a cabin with lakefront access, your short-term renters, your Airbnb people, they can't use it. It's only used by the people who own the property. So don't think that you can rent it out and let people use your boat. It's just too dangerous. Now, they can paddleboard, they can jump in the water, they can enjoy the lake, but can they use the lake on the boats? Absolutely not. As you can see here, it's all gated off. So if you're coming up here on a day trip, thinking you have access to the trails or the beaches or the lake, you don't. You need an access code. Basically what happened back in the day was all the people coming up here renting cabins were using the lakes, and all the residents who were paying good money to have their boats and their properties were like, it's getting too busy. So they banned everyone who was not an owner from using it. Then people who had short-term rentals kind of complained and said, hey, this is affecting our business. So now if you are renting a place, Airbnb a place, yes, you can have access to the lake. You just can't drive boats on it. And if you have friends wanting to visit you and you want a fancy hotel, the Lake Arrowhead Lodge, absolutely beautiful. As you can see, it's huge, it's trendy. Big Bear doesn't have a place like this. There's hotels obviously in Big Bear, but they don't have a 5-star hotel like this. So much character. Can you look at Lake Arrowhead and get a rental and make money? You absolutely can. I do think you can make more money in Big Bear. Lake Arrowhead, if you ask me, my opinion, is more of a place where you have a second home. You spend 2, 3, 4 weeks a year here at least. You have friends and family use it as well. Big Bear, you can buy a cabin there, never go there, make money, good investment. Lake Arrowhead, I feel like it's a second home. Just my opinion. All right, let's take a look at this house. Really looking forward to showing it to you. It's only about 5 minutes from the lake, maybe even less. 5-bed, 3-bath, 2,200 square foot home. This home was on the market just a couple of years ago for over 900,000. Now it's on the market for 875,000. So you can see right now, if you're looking to get a deal, Lake Arrowhead has some. Let's go take a look inside. I'm loving the open concept, really nice farmhouse vibe. They've obviously done some work to it, really open concept. People absolutely love that. You've got bedrooms downstairs, you've got the master upstairs potentially, you've got a large lot, so a nice backyard. So really, as you can see, under $900,000 as a second home, gosh, I can imagine spending my Christmases here in the holidays, that's for sure. And what I really like about this one, plenty of parking. You can have at least 5 cars, no big deal. That's a huge plus. And take a look at this home. We're still only about 5 minutes from the lake. This was on the market for 1.1. Now it's on the market for 725,000. It was only on the market a couple of years ago and sold for 850,000. So once again, you can see what a deal you're getting. And yes, it needs work, but look at the open concept. There is so much you could do with this home. It's huge, 4-bed, 3-bath, 2,700 square foot, lots of room for families. I really do like this. Yes, it needs work. Could it be a winner for 700 grand? Seems like a deal. And you can expect these cabins off season, 200, 400 a night. You can double that peak season. So if you do have a good short-term rental, it can bring in some money. But remember, getting around. Lake Arrowhead's not that big, but there's no Lyft, there's no Uber. Yes, there's a couple of taxi firms, which is great, but if your kids are out using Lyft or Uber app, not gonna work. It definitely has a similar vibe to Big Bear. Of course, they're pretty close, they're in the same area to be honest, but there's something here, being out of LA, you've got the autumn colors coming in the trees. You don't often get that in LA. And you're an hour and 45 minutes away, but you feel like you're in a different location. You feel like you're in a different part of the world. That's what's so great about Lake Arrowhead. Close enough to LA, Orange County, but further enough away to feel like you're in the middle of nowhere. Very nice. And if you're enjoying this video, please like and subscribe. I do videos every week on what it's like to live in Southern California. If that's what you're looking for, hope to see you at my next video. If you want to live right on the lake views, you're going to need more than $1 million. But I think this shows you, if your budget's $650,000 to $900,000, you can get yourself an incredible cabin in Lake Arrowhead. Plus, I'm here with my girlfriend for the weekend to take it all in. And guess what? At least 5 times she said, I prefer Lake Arrowhead to Big Bear. She prefers the cabin, she prefers the town, she prefers the lake, she prefers the vibe. She thinks it's a bit more trendy, a bit more classy, and a bit more going on. So that's her view, but I don't necessarily disagree with her. One thing I do want to mention, the post office. You will need to get a P.O. box because guess what? The mailman does not deliver to a lot of places in Lake Arrowhead. UPS, FedEx, they absolutely do. But the mail, they don't. So you will need a mailbox, and you will need to go there whenever you want to get your mail. So there's about 10,000 lots within Lake Arrowhead where you get lake rights. And remember, only residents can have the lake rights. You can't Airbnb it and give people rights to use boats on the lake. They can swim, they can paddleboard, but they can't take boats out. But yeah, if you have the lake rights, you get the beaches, you have access to the trails. There's an association fee that you have to pay yearly, depending on what level you want. It's about $1,000, the most one if you want a boat. But yeah, you get lake rights, 10,000 lots in Lake Arrowhead. Give you that. Look how beautiful it is. All right, I cannot wait to show you this one right here. You're in for a treat. 4,000 square foot. It's only 3 bedrooms, but one of the bedrooms upstairs has a bunk beds in it, so you can sleep 4 people. But take a look at this, the open concept, the amount of light that comes in, the dining room, the kitchen. It's absolutely incredible. The bedrooms do the trick. Also upstairs, you've got this another area where the kids can hang out, and then look downstairs. Pool table, bar, you can go outside to the hot tub, and the views to die for. Once again, less than 10 minutes from the lakes, you get lake rights buying this one. It's 1.3 million. I think you can get it for a discount. It's been on the market for 3 months, but wow, the woodwork, everything about this home, I absolutely love. My girlfriend, she wants to buy it. Lake Arrowhead, what a stunner. Beautiful cabins, beautiful lake, bustling village, hour and 45 minutes from LA or Orange County. It really does the trick. I still think it's a second home area, but you can buy short-term rentals. Should it be on your radar if you've got a little bit of money to spend? I think it should.